One egg split into two, so we're exactly the same age. It's like, you know, well, not actually, because like, you know, that's what we are, because it's crazy.
Every day I have to tidy up my bedroom. She doesn't help.
I think the best thing about being a twin is very similar to Cara. You've always got someone there. So if you're feeling, you're never lonely.
I don't think there is many bad things, to be honest. I mean, if she gets annoying, I can't like escape her.
We both have slightly different views on it. Like, I get caught up in the fact that being a twin is part of my identity, but I kind of feel like I've lost some of my own identity. Amelia doesn't feel. I don't think you feel any of that.
No,
at all.
I don't at all, and I find that quite hard to get.
I know, and it's not.
I almost find it as a rejection.
Yeah, but I don't mean it.
No, I know you
it's
don't.
Just that is the way I feel. I can't.
What you feel like it takes away from
yeah,
your identity.
Yeah, like I've got to fight through that.
Why do you have different hairstyles?
Do we look different?
So you look different.
No. Well, yeah, no, because I had the same hair as her, and then my auntie said that she should cut it short, and she was like, no, so then I cut it. And also people tell us difference because of it.
And
people tell us apart because of it.
And do you like that? Does it make it easier to be?
I don't really care if we look the same, because, you know, she does. I don't like looking the same as her. It's very like, everyone thinks she's the same person.
When you see, it's something I spoke about with the twins that were just in, when you see older twins together that are dressed alike, how does it make you feel?
It's very cool. Weird. I find it really cool.
Cool.
It's cool, but not if they wear like pink dresses and bows. Yeah, our cousin told us the other day, oh, my auntie's like a nurse, so she's like, oh yeah, these two twin sisters, there's like 80 odd, and they live in the same house together as sisters, and my cousin's like, oh, that'll be you when you're older. And you just think, oh, it's like sweet how twin sisters stay together and they dress the same, but then you're thinking, do you want to do the same thing, or do you want to like be completely different?
I think, I think we were very fortunate that we were similar in terms of intellect, that we were both average. And
Do you ever swap names?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Tell me about that.
Very easy. Yeah, all we have to do is just say which one that we're not actually, and if you're lucky enough, then they'll fall for it. Yeah, they'll not know you.
I think the worst thing about being a twin is knowing that someday one of us is going to be without the other, and that makes me feel sad.
Mm.
Can you read each other's minds?
No. I was going to say yes. No. Evidently not.
I don't know, I suppose if you're wearing the same clothes, it makes it even more difficult for other people.
And does that happen? How often does that happen? And how do you kind of handle it?
Well, I did go through a stage where I just got so sick of it that I would just pretend I was her.
I found that was at high school.
Yeah.
And I found that so hard because she would answer to my name and it would be like, but I'm me. And as a teenager, you're kind of going through an awful lot of kind of, you know, your brain isn't quite your own yet. And you're kind of doing mad things anyway, so it was just all very...
Sorry.
No, totally sorry. Totally sorry. It was just hard, because I was like, that's me, and it's not helping me to be me if you will be me as well.
I think the worst thing about being a twin, especially an identical twin, is that sometimes identity and individuality, they become blurred with your twin. Yeah. I think you can sometimes struggle to figure out who you are when you're not with them or as a pair, and it's quite hard when you've known people all your life, but they don't really know you, they just know you're one or the other.
Yeah.
It can be quite dehumanising and demoralising.
If we're out with friends, we dress differently because it's easier to tell who's who, because our friends mix us up all the time. So we normally, because we have quite opposite styles sometimes, so we dress differently so they can tell us apart easier.
What's the best thing about being a twin?
I don't know, I think probably like when people are like, whoa, which one's which, and you get noticed more. That sounds really like self-centered and really silly, but like, do you know what I mean? When people know you or of you.
Or it's like when people think you're like really magical, so they're just like, oh, can you do this? Can you do this? And sometimes you just play along and you're like, yeah, I can do this. And they're all like, ah. And like me and Sophie know that we're sometimes lying, but we're just like, yeah, you know.
Do you get that quite a lot then? Like, can you read each other's minds and that kind of thing?
All the time.
Or like think of a number and do it at the same time.
We don't like each other.
You don't like each other at the moment?
No.
You'll like each other again soon?
Yeah.
Well, that's so nice, isn't it?
I mean, even though we are really close and all of that, there are some times where, because you're always together, there will be like just in school and she'll just suddenly annoy me and I have no idea why. She's done absolutely nothing wrong, but I'll just look at her and I'm like, look, she's giving that face. She gives that face and she does a face and then I'm just like, oh, you're really annoying me. And then she'll be like, oh, well, you're really annoying me. And then we'll get into like this squabble, but like we're joking but not, because you're like irritating, and then everyone around goes so like funny. Ooh, or they're like pull faces, they like don't know how to deal with the situation, and we have to be like, we're joking, it's just that we can't be like chummy all the time.
Good things and bad, actually. It's nice to share those and to know that there's this one person on this planet of 900 billion or whatever it is that, you know, is on your level, and you know that they would get what you're thinking or talking about.
I think she's got a whinier voice than me. She's very high pitched and all the time. I'm quite deeper in my voice.
I remember that in the last interview, I put that in the film. And
no.
That was so embarrassing. Oh, gosh.
It's really sweet because you said when you did impersonations of each other, you completely changed your voices.
No.
You can tell by the books, but he has a cooking book. I've got a World War book.
I do remember one time when Nicola had come to Essex, a friend of mine said, oh, I'll know the difference, I'll know it's not you. And Nicola just happened to walk into her lounge before I did, and she started having a conversation with Nicola as though she was me. And it was like, oh, that was quite funny.
Yeah.
But then, of course, people say, oh, but your eyes are different. Oh, and your nose is different. And as long as I think that's when it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. If someone's embarrassed and they aren't aware that you are sympathetic to their embarrassment, they may become a little bit defensive. And then it can turn a little bit like, oh no, I can see there's a difference. You're really you're different. A little bit, yeah. You know. And sometimes they'll actually say quite rude things, you know, about what your difference is. And you just think, how is that okay? Yeah, and it's a shame when it gets like that, because then you can feel defensive about it. Yeah, it's like, what do you say? Oh, we're not really alike. Are you identical?
I kind of prefer looking alike, because if it's like, oh, you look different, then I'm like, it's like, oh, right, so
what's wrong with me?
So Sophie's got this better than me, or like I've got this that's not as good, or like if someone says, oh, you look the same, then it's like if I feel really bad about myself, Sophie says, oh, well, we're going out, they don't know if it's you or me, so it doesn't matter because we're representing like each other.
Like,
do you know what I mean?
If someone says, oh, she's good looking, then you think, oh, so they're basically calling me good looking then, because like we look the same, so then that's a good bit.
Things that like creep me out, and they were like grown-up twins.
Yeah, and I was like,
they're like, just separate, and I'm like, why?
So at 18, am I supposed to just like,
goodbye?
Sorry, no, I'm not
We're
twin
through.
anymore.
We can only be a twin when we are children. As soon as we turn 18.
Only be a twin when people think we're cute. Or we're attractive.
Yeah.
As soon as we get past that, then it's like,
it's weird now.
Need for you anymore.
It's weird
now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't help looking like Cara.
That's the one.
I guess it is hard because you have that stereotype of twins, and like I'm very aware in the back of my head that like people might see me and Cara as creepy, and it's a bit uncomfortable.
Ellie and Sophie, thanks for coming back to talk to me. Obviously we spoke last year, and since then you've been off to university. And obviously that's the first time you spent kind of considerable amount of time apart.
Yeah, completely away, yeah.
So how have you found that experience?
Yeah, I think it's not as bad as we thought it would be, to be honest. I think because there's so much going on, like obviously I miss Sophie and like stuff, but to be honest we don't really text that much either, do we really?
Not really talk unless there's like something wrong.
So if there's like drama or like we want to have like
Advice, someone to back up on, and then we'll be like, hello. That's literally it.
To be honest, it's not that bad. And then I feel like I don't realise it until like she'll come up to visit, or I'll go home, and then we'll be like spending all this time together, and it'll be really nice. And then it's like when you have to leave again. Do you know? I think
It's so sad. No, sorry. When she dropped me off at the train station once, and she started to cry. And I was like, are you crying because I'm leaving? And she was like, no, I just fell over. And I went, oh, I thought you were crying for me. And she went, no, I am. I'm just really upset.
and
I don't
I
like saying
had to
goodbye.
pretend that I tripped over because I didn't want her to think I was crying because she was leaving. But it was just that, you know, when you like take someone to the train station, it's like, oh,
Very
goodbye.
emotional.
Now you're by yourself again.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Action.
I'm Emily.
And cut. A little bit of movement, or even that we see Cara smile, then we know that something's changed.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah,
It's
and
next.
it's going to be that. So if that changes,
It's almost
it,
like a giggle, and then we reveal that you're both lying there.
because that is really nice where it is now. All we'd have to do is move, jaunt just a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, I'm just filming you filming.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you just look down a bit more, Cara, and tilt your head down a little bit more. Can we focus on her eye? Maybe so. Oh, of course we can't. Can we?
If we
punch
get,
in
can we
on
get a
this?
little bit of Well, yeah, we.
Does it call for some blue light?
It does.
It calls for some blue light.
Oh, there we go.
We can.
See, it's a shame we can't film that.
Yeah.
I always think that when you punch
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
like, that's
you
what I
gotta-
want to film,
yeah,
and
you
you have
want-
to come out and go.
The blue light makes a bit of difference, though. It's nice.
Is that in the right angle? That's a bit
Yeah, let's
That's nice.
You can come round a little bit.
That's nice with your arm. Actually, yeah, or even if you put your arm kind of across her belly like that.
And just,
Reveal another arm.
and just